please welcome our former President, Rodrigo Roa Duterte, and the National Chairperson of Partido Demokratiko Pilipino. Please stand and give a round of applause.
Ako, my only it begins and ends with public interest.
Merong malagim na balakin na ika'y patalsikin. Ginagawa ka nilang kontrabida, pinalalabas na berdugo ng masa. Palibhasa di pa nila naranasan, malagay sa peligro ng mga adik na nagkalat sa lansangan. Huwag kang susuko sa aming Pangulo. Huwag kang susuko, pagod man ang puso ninyo. Nasa likod mo kami, nasa likod mo kami, nasa likod mo kami, nasa likod mo kami. Marami mang nagawang maganda at mabuti. Hanap lang din sila ng mapipintas. Ginagawa ka nilang kontrabida, pinalalabas na berdugo ng masa. Palibhasa di pa nila naranasan, malagay sa
Talagang
peligro ng
sinasagad ko ang sarili ko. Tapos dito punta ka. It's because I want to be just a worker of God.
Huwag kang susuko sa aming Pangulo. Huwag kang susuko, pagod man ang puso ninyo. Nasa likod mo kami, nasa likod mo kami, nasa likod mo kami, nasa likod mo kami. Huwag kang nasa likod mo kami, huwag kang nasa likod mo kami, huwag kang nasa likod mo kami, huwag kang nasa likod mo kami.
I will be with you, beside you, sa likod mo. Protektado kayo sa panahon ko. Maraming salamat.
Nasa likod mo kami.
Yan, masigawang palakpakan. Muli salubungin natin ang ating mahal na presidente, si Mayor Rodrigo Roa Duterte. Duterte! 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 Andyan din ang ating mahal na Senador, Senator Bongo. Kasama rin po si Philip Salvador na nandito dito. Si Senator Bato ay parating pa lamang. At kasama rin po si dating Executive Secretary Bingbong Medialdea at yung mga iba pang mataas na opisyal, siyempre yung ating Vice Chairman ng partido, si former Secretary Alfonso Cusi. At this juncture, gusto ko pong tawagan si Mr. Edwin Praite for the blowing of the horn that will signal the start of the PDP Laban National Assembly. Ayan, palakpakan po natin. That signals the start of our National Assembly. May I ask everyone to please stand up for the invocation and thereafter join in the singing of our national anthem.
Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for gathering us all today in this important endeavor. We ask that you bestow your guidance and blessing upon each attendee. May we honor one another by keeping an open mind. May we voice our truth and listen with an open heart. Bless everyone present today, that each may be able to share his or her contributions and gifts. Grant good health and safety to loved ones left outside this room, and bestow peace and goodwill to all of us. We ask for your wisdom and grace to use our talents for the betterment of others. May the various activities related to this day be a success through your intervention. With gratitude, we offer this prayer in your name. Amen.
Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. Please remain standing. I call now on Attorney Yvette Contacto for the recitation of the PDP Laban Creed.
Today in this important endeavor.
All members, please, all PDP Laban members, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I commit myself to a peaceful and democratic way of life to ensure the establishment and maintenance of a Filipino society characterized by freedom, solidarity, justice, equity, social and intergenerational responsibility, self-reliance, efficiency, enlightened nationalism.
Thank you, Attorney Yvette. You can sit down. Please occupy your seats if you have available seats. Yung pong wala pong maupuan, pasensya na po kayo. Talagang SRO tayo ngayon dito sa PDP Laban National Assembly. Palakpakan po natin ang ating sarili. Mr. Chairman, at this juncture, nakahanda na po yung mga members po ng PDP Laban para sa pagpupulong natin itong gaganapin nating National Assembly.
A'udhu billahi minasyaitanir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Mga mahal na kasama at kapatid, dahil tayo po ay kumpleto na sa konbensyon na ito, aking pong formal na binubuksan ang ating pagpupulong.
Directing the Secretary General, Attorney Amy Torrefranca Neri, to establish the presence of a quorum.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. May I call Madam Chairperson for membership, former Undersecretary Astravel Pimentel Naik, kindly inform the body of today's attendance and if we have a quorum.
We have sent out invitations to 700 individuals to represent the chapters all over the Philippines. We are required to only have 40% quorum to have an official quorum in this assembly. Right now, we have more than 1,200 delegates who arrived. We have complete 100% regional representation, and we have 90% provincial representation. We have 80% of our national officers and National Council Assembly, National Council members attendees. So we have we have reached more than the quorum, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chairman, we have a quorum.
At this point, to facilitate the conduct of the National Assembly, I am appointing Secretary Alcosi, PDP National Vice Chairman, to continue with the presiding of the meeting. Secretary Raul Lambino, PDP Vice President for External Affairs, as moderator for this National Assembly. If there's no objection, then we proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Secretary Alfonso Cusi is hereby appointed to continue with the presiding the meeting, while Secretary Raul Lambino is hereby appointed as the Assembly moderator.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, Secjon. Nakakatuwa naman ngayong gabing ito na napakarami ng attendees natin. We were not expecting to have this kind of attendance tonight. And I congratulate everybody. ipapakita natin ang suporta natin sa ating partido, especially to our chairman, Mayor Rodrigo Duterte. So we'll proceed with today's meeting. And today we have an agenda that was prepared and approved last April 19 in Cebu when we have our national convention. And this agenda is here with us. And may I ask our moderator to please proceed with the reading of the Assembly's agenda.
Thank you, Mr. Vice Chairman. I have the honor to read the agenda for today's National Assembly. We have done already with the invocation, the national anthem, the recitation of the PDP Laban Creed, the determination of quorum, the opening remarks of Mayor Sebastian Duterte, the approval and adoption of the agenda, the report of the National Council, the election of officers, of taking of the newly elected national officers, of taking of the new PDP Laban members, and the introduction of the chairman and the chairman address. May I move for the approval of the agenda, the National Assembly of PDP Laban.
Second the motion.
There's a motion. Any second the motion? Seconded. So our agenda for today's assembly is hereby adopted. Thank you very much.
Mr. Vice Chairman, at this juncture, may we ask Mayor Sebastian Basti Duterte to deliver his opening remarks.
Magandang gabi sa inyong lahat. Welcome to Davao City. Welcome. So, unang-una sa lahat, salamat masyado kasi tinatanggap niyo ako as the Executive Vice President of PDP Laban. I am very grateful and very honored. I gladly accept this position. Gusto ko lang din malaman nyo na kung bakit ako sumali sa partido natin. Kasi unang-una sa lahat, baka kailangan yung matanda, kay puro bata yung nakikita ko dito. Pero nung narinig ko, nagsialisan yung mga membro ng PDP Laban, inisip ko, I thought to myself, then this must be a good opportunity para sumali because it has been filtered. So yung mga natitira dito ngayon, yun yung may mga bayag. Kasi kung gusto talaga natin na may tunay na pagbabago, kailangan ang paninindigan ng tao, ng isang individual. So nasubukan yung partido, yung mga gustong i-preserve o gustong mag-survive ng politika nila, wala na. Mga nandito, gusto ko sumali sa inyo. Kung kayo ay naniniwala pa rin na ituloy ang laban, sasama ako sa inyo. Kung gusto talaga natin baguhin yung bansa natin, at least alam ko, yung mga kasama ko, handang magpakamatay para sa bansa nila. Yun lang ang kailangan ko. Kahit konti na lang tayo, basta alam ko lang yung kasama ko, yun din yung nasa puso at isipan. Wala akong problema dyan. Ubanta mga matay tanan kung patyon ta nila, pero usara ang nastong kasakasing ugunahuna ang atong nasod, ang mahal nating Pilipinas. Hindi ko na ipataasin pa kasi marami pa tayong item sa agenda. again, welcome. And again, I'm very thankful for having me as your Executive Vice President. Thank you and good evening.
Wow! Palakpakan muli natin ang ating Executive Vice President, Mayor Baste Duterte. Before we proceed to the other items of the agenda, let me acknowledge also the presence of former Secretary Wendell Avisado, who is now going to be inducted as one of our top officials of PDP in a matter of time.
We shall now proceed with our agenda, but before that, again, I'd like to thank Mayor Baste for your message to the Assembly. And hindi lang po isa ang campaign manager natin, ang campaign manager po natin hanggang sa baba. Every provinces and barangay, we will have our own campaign manager. And at this point, ito po pinakahihintay nating lahat. Mr. Moderator, can you please do the announcement?
Thank you, Mr. Vice Chairman. Gusto ko po sanang tawagan ang ating pinakamamahal na former Executive Secretary Bingbong Mijaldea to introduce our next speaker na ating pinakahintay.
Isang magandang gabi po sa kanilang lahat. Alam po ninyo, magtatatlong taon na nami-miss ko introduce ang dati kong boss. Excited ako na introduce ko siya ulit ngayon. Ang pinakamagiting na Pangulo ng Pilipinas, si Mayor Rodrigo Roa Duterte.
The party, PDP, at this time would be ready to announce a senatorial slate. At least ilang yung tao na galing ng PDP at gustong tumakbo. Apparently, last minute discussion was that we are not ready to do that. Pero wala naman tayong pag-usapan. Wala naman akong ibibigay sa iyo ng pera. Wala man tayong pera. Maya na pag na-presidente uli ang PDP laban, ito, yung si Robin Padilla, alam niya kung paano gastusin ang peace and order pati discretionary fund. Tuturuan ko siya. Yung legal na walang nakawan. It goes with the BD office. Ganun yan. Pabiro lang yan. Pero meron ang presidente. Kagaya ko, wala naman talaga akong pera either as being mayor for so many years. Wala talaga. So, parang meron sa gobyerno at ang gobyerno naman hindi hangol eh. Hindi, ano ba sa ang hangol? Ano bang antang? Hangol sa Tagalog. Hindi matakaw. Meron talagang discretionary fund, pati yung, those are for political expenses of a president or a mayor for that matter. Kasi yan man talaga ang nasa gobyerno. Whether you like it or not, otherwise, magnanakaw yung gago. Saan niya ibigay? Politiko yung the position itself is political. Now all you need to do is a meager amount to get into the office. Once what you are there, you have to dispense with so many problems of humanity including expenses for election. But more of the money would go to itong mga social services. Baka akalain lang rin ninyo, hindi naman lahat na may pera. Walang pera sa ano. Mauubos talaga sa pangangailangan ng tao. Kasi hindi lahat na referrals na may sakit ito, sakit doon, merong karamihan yung, well, most of the, kasi yung maipadala mo sa ospital, sa regional, sa provincial, madali yun. Ba't po yung magpunta sa opisina mo tapos magpresenta ng resita ng cancer and other ailments na hindi available doon sa programa mo sa opisina for medical expenses, iyan ang mahirap. Kaya minsan, ang akala talaga ng karamihan, the perception is, baka akala nila talaga nagnanakaw yung mayor pati governor. As a matter of fact, ano yan sila yung ipit sa karamihan ng problema ng bayan na wala sa budget, either for social services or wala, out of the blue, mga cancer treatments, kung ano-ano, yung hindi makauwi na gustong umuwi, hindi may ilagay mo sa budget yan eh. And even if you have the discretionary fund, now I tell you now because I am retired, nakikita naman nyo ang sitwasyon ko. Kung talagang may pera na pwede mong minahin mo man, dagdag ka pa. Baski may pera sa gobyerno, kung talagang if you want to solve the problem of humanity once you are in public office, kulang pa yan. Dagdag ka pa dyan. Pati na yung sweldo mo. Kasi government can only appropriate 300,000 discretionary fund, kung ano-ano. Specific yan. But outside yung hospitalization, assistance and all, pag hindi nakuha yan, yung medisina wala sa ospital, hindi nakukuha yan sa bulsa ng tao. And most of the cancer, gano'n, walang, basi kayo sa gobyerno, matagal naman kayo. May mga line expenses ba nakalinya dyan for cancer patients for the second, third, and first? Wala. So yun ang karamihan ng tao. Hindi madali. Hindi madali ang public office. Mas ka na sabihin mo, magnakaw ka ng pera, mauubos rin yan sa tulong ng tao. Kasi paglabas dyan sa budget, you're only limited for medical assistance. You cannot program the sickness or ailments of a community, for example, like Davao, kung ilan ang magkasakit ng cancer, kung ilan ang magkasakit ng ano-ano dyan, outside of yung flu, yung appendicitis, pwede mong sa regional office yan. But in most cases, yung lalapit sa iyo, yung wala maibigay sa lokal. Yan talaga ang problema. So, baski na sabihin mong gusto mo magnakaw, wala kang panahon magnakaw kasi kailangan ng tao. And if you want to stay in power, hindi ka naman pwede mag-one term ko lang dyan, you have to distribute money. At pag wala na yung public funds at yung mga milyonaryo, then you have to shell out. Yun ang experience. Paniwala ako, galing ako dyan. I've been mayor for about almost 20 26 years. Yung presidente ako, kulang talaga. So, each time we meet would be a learning process for you sa lahat ninyo. Gustong umabot ng ano. Kasi naman ang karamihan dito, potentially, or ibig sabihin natin, well, more or less, those who are inclined towards public office. At makita naman ninyo, lahat ng nagsilbi ng mayor sa inyo, gobernador, naging multimillionaire ba sila pagkatapos? I mean, magprangalahan on a practical side. Kita ba ninyo yung mayor ninyo may asyenda ng coconut plantation? No? It's always, well, of course, you go into public office to serve. And whatever money is there, aplenty. But walang opisina may sobra para nakawin mo. Unless yung ibang opisina. Pero on the level sa bugbugan sa day-to-day, yung walang mga accounting, ayaw ko na lang sabihin yung sita. I do not want to speculate. Alam na ninyo, yung hindi harap yung tao araw-araw. Pero yung mga opisina, mayor, and baski na hindi elected, walang araw-araw talagang mapipilitan kang magastos. So at the end of the day, yung masabi ninyo, bigyan ka ng 300, bigyan ka ng 300, 400, half a million. Maski ba, Davao City with a population of, I don't know how, ilan na ngayon. Bigyan mo ng 20, 25, 50 million, kulang yan. Ilang ang population ng Davao? How big Davao is? Ilang tao na magkasakit dito na pwedeng pumunta ng doktor magpagamot? How many percent of the total population? Even sa lugar ninyo. Ilang tao lang ang pwedeng pumunta ng doktor para magbayad. So ilang porsyento ang mga tao dyan na wala talagang mapuntahan, except to the politicians. Kaya hindi mo masisi yung tao. For tubig, takbo sa barangay captain yan, barangay captain tatakbo sa mayor, governor. Eskwelahan, tatakbo sa barangay captain yan, tatakbo sa mayor, deputy mayor, mayor, maghanap siya ng pera. Lahat na, no amount of money is ever enough unless masahol ka talaga ng tao na hayaan mo yung problema, magkalat na kayo dyan, magpakamatay kayo, bahala kayo sa sarili ninyo at hindi ka tumulong. And even then, baski na sabihin mo ano, malalaman ng tao, malalaman ng probinsya, at in the final days of your political life and your physical life, malaman ng tao kung magkano ang ninakaw o ginastos mo para sa bayan. May prepared speech ako, pero hindi ko babasahin. Wala to kasi puro aside from my strong belief in their capacity to legislate, I am confident that they will always have the best interest of the Filipinos and the country in mind. Do we have to discuss this? Anak-anak, kung tatakbo ka, what are you there for? Kung tatakbo ka ng swel, tatakbo ka ng barangay captain, tatakbo ka ng mayor, ibig mong sabihin may plano ka na napunta paano magdakaw? Tangino. Kung gano'n, you are one of a kind. Maganda lang kasi tignan ang mayor because of the privileges and the barangay captains. Mayor, governor, senator, lahat yan, people's money yan. And when I am called to Malacanang for a conference with the president, do not expect me to use money from my pocket. I have to charge it sa gobyerno. Pag sinabi ng gobyerno, no, we will not allow reimbursement, magnanakaw ka talaga. Bubulahan pa tayo dito. Ubusin mo pati yung pera mo. Tumakbo ka nga para yumaman eh. Ang public office would pave a way for you to do legit. Legitimate lang. Kasi pag may influence ka na, kagaya ko, negosyo, you have the influence. Yung asawa ko, siyempre, talagang arat na magkakaroon ng pera kasi may mga anak na siya. So, they have the connection. You have now the connection. Yung mga panja na Manila, mga franchise makukuha mo. Those are the privileges of a politician. Pero kung sabihin mo magnanakaw, pero marami rin yan sila. Pero hindi lahat. I assure you. Yung iba, because it paves a way for opportunities for you to talk to people. And maybe, kaya na sila, magpasok sila dito, and they would say that, Mayor, gusto mo yung isang franchise namin doon. They would just say, tanggapin ko yan, pero huwag dito sa siyudad ko. Maybe, bigay niyo yung isang, parang, for delikadesa. Pwede man kunin mo yan. O sige, bigay mo sa akin. Total, legitimate yan eh. Pero, siguro, delikadesa, sabihin mo na, pwede mo bang ilagay natin yan sa South Cotabato? Akin. Pwede nang ilagay natin sa Palawan para yung kita mo maubos doon sa kababiyahe mo para bantayan mo lang yung negosyo mo para hindi malugi. Parang ganun. Those are the ano bang tawag nito? Let me yung laro ng politics and the opportunities for politicians to uplift. Either you have the choice of nakaw, talagang you falsify documents or you invent projects or you maghingi ka ng pabor dyan sa mga mabigyan ka ng franchise dito, franchise doon. Ako, meron ako. Nabigyan. Pero sabi ko, huwag dito sa siyudad. When I was mayor, nabigyan kami, franchise. Ano ba naman ng franchise ng Pandesal, putang ina, pakialaman mo pa ba yan? Yun lang naman eh. Kasi kung gusto mong yumaman, huwag kang maghingi ng mga franchise, magnakaw ka na lang. Pero kung dahan-dahan lang, legit, the only thing there is you have the connection. Hindi naman influence, but the connection. And yung iba naman mag-offer na meron kaming, we intend to open up a branch in somewhere in Oriental. You might be interested to invest. Parang gano'n. Huwag lang dito sa siyudad mo kasi however you look at it, people would always think that there is something attached to the business na binigay sa iyo. Well, anyway, babasahin ko ba itong ano? May naisip, matanda na talaga ako. Maganda yung nasa isip ko kanina papunta dito. Ang problema, nagtataka ako kung bakit malayo. Malayo masyadong sa downtown. Pati yung nag-travel ako dito, halos wala akong nasasalubong na sakyan. So sabi ko, putang ina to. Paano ito mga delegado makauwi ngayon? Walang problema yung maganda kasi maraming mag-offer. Yung maganda pero matanda na. Sabagay, may mga maraming matatanda naman dito. Ito si Bato, medyo may edad. Wala nang ambok eh. Well.
Andito na po si Speaker Pantaleon Alvarez na siya po ang presidente po ng Partido Reforma. Andito po yung ating mahal na mayor ng Davao City, si Mayor Baste. Ang mahal nating mayor ng Cebu, si Mayor Mike Rama. At ang presidente natin sa PDP, number 1 Senator, Senator Robin Hood Padilla. At ang chairman ng Federalismo Dugong Dakilang Sambayanan, si Chairman Greco Belricay, na dito rin. Ang presidente ng MRD, NECC, na siyang nag-umpisa para kumbinsing tumakbo ang dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte noong 2015. Nandito si Attorney Franklin Quijano, kaibigan ko po yan. At yung mga iba pa po, mga national officials na nandiyan po sa harap na ako po, hindi ko na po sila banggitin ng isa-isa.
Have the oath-taking of our new officers, Mr. Moderator.
Yeah, may I ask the newly elected officers of the party and as well as the chairpersons of the different national standing committee to please stand up.
Kindly raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Having been appointed as the of the Partido Democrático Pilipino, do hereby solemnly swear to abide by and uphold the Constitution of the Republic of the Philippines and of the party to keep faith in and put into practice the 5 basic principles of PDP Laban and the basic objective of federalism, to perform my duties to the best of my ability and capability, without fear or favor, with the aim in view of furthering the objectives of the party and advancing the interests of the community to which it is dedicated, and to conduct myself in a manner befitting a good and true PDP member. So as to bring honor and prestige to the party, and that I take this pledge without mental reservation or purpose of evasion. So help me God. Welcome and congratulations.